Hey, I'm Chris. Nice to meet you. This is Blaze.
Hi, Blaze.
We are sales executives from Sporks Authority, and we are here to present our product, which is a stainless steel spork. And to start off, we just want to get to know you guys better and know your restaurant, and then maybe we can look into if our product meets your needs and can be profitable and add value to your restaurant. Does that sound good?
Yeah, sounds great.
All right, great. Well, let's start off a little bit for having you guys tell us what your restaurant is.
Sure. We own Fresco Delicioso, which is a family-style Mexican restaurant. So targeted largely to families, and it offers a variety of Mexican dishes as well as a bar on the weekends.
Okay. Well, I heard you talking a little bit about family restaurant, so obviously you're going to have some small children in there as well, correct?
Yes, we have a good number of families with kids.
Okay, great. Do you have any current silverware or utensil needs?
Yes, we actually had to buy a lot of those. Unfortunately, the kinds we always buy are always breaking and bending, and so actually that's kind of a problem we've been having lately. So that's an interesting question you had.
Okay, well, who is your current silverware provider?
We have all of our utensils shipped from food service warehouse.
Okay, great. So they are one of our competitors, but what do you guys require in silverware to keep your customers happy and just keep your staff happy as well?
Basically, we need just a very basic fork, spoon, and knife set. That's really all we need, so just very basic, very simple.
Yeah, and one of the things that's important that we've been lacking is an element of quality, because ours have been subject to rust and scratches and bending, so a higher quality would definitely be something we would need.
Okay, so how does that bending and scratching of the silverware affect kind of your customer's experience?
Really, it just makes our restaurant look very grungy and dirty. We want it to be a nice, clean family restaurant. It doesn't, look very run down or poor quality. So that kind of looks bad on our restaurant as a whole.
Okay, so how are you guys feeling towards Food Service Warehouse then, as a provider?
We've been disappointed with this service. They started out pretty good with us. They were recommended to us from a friend, and they were pretty reliable to begin with. But since then, the quality of the material has really gone downhill, and that's affected our bottom line because customers are dissatisfied.
That's right.
Okay, so what effect does that overall cost, having to rebuy some of that silverware, have on your overall business?
Well, it's bad on a couple of fronts. For one, it looks bad on our restaurant. So our customers are disappointed in the fact that our quality is so low for our silverware. And for us, it's an expense because we're all having to buy more and more forks, spoons, and knives that are always breaking, rusting, and getting bent. So it's kind of bad on a couple of fronts.
Okay, so if your silverware was more durable and it was a higher quality, how would that impact your restaurant?
Well, it would definitely cut costs if the silverware lasted longer, which would be very great for our revenue. But it would also add an element of quality to the restaurant as a whole, because we want families to come in and feel comfortable where they are and also know that they're getting a quality experience.
Okay, so I'm kind of hearing that minimalizing those overhead costs as well as your overall costs would really affect the benefit of your restaurant.
Definitely.
Okay, great. Well, if we could go ahead and start showing you guys our product, which is our stainless steel sporks, but I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Chris and let him take that side of things.
So what we have for you today is our stainless steel spork, as Blaze said. It is a utility utensil, okay? As you know, a spork is just a mixture between a spoon and a fork, but people do not see the benefits of having a spork. For instance, you talked about your want to minimize costs. A lot of restaurants, shut down in their first year of business, and you guys are doing well right now, but we think we can help you out by having a spork rather than your separate standard fork and spoon combo with the knife as well. So rather than having a separate fork and spoon, you could have each guest only have a spork and a knife. So it'd be a 2 set rather than a 3, which would obviously minimize costs because you'd only be paying for 1 utensil rather than the 2. With that being said, you also emphasize quality and durability, and this is stainless steel. It doesn't bend easily, it doesn't scratch. We've run tests on it and run it over wash cycles and daily uses, and on average, a utensil lasts up to 5 years of high quality. And so, besides this, it also brings kind of a cool competitive advantage to your guys if you do utilize this spork, and that it's unique, and people come to recognize it with your business, and kids love it. Kids really do love it. And so I'm going to start off by at least showing you guys the product design. And this right here is the product design, okay? So as you see, it's stainless steel body, and it has a 1/2 inch prongs. All the prongs are 1/2 inch long, and also it's got a tablespoon for the spoon portion. So a full tablespoon of liquid can fit in that spoon portion. Do you have any questions about this product?
Yeah, I think one thing I would like to know, it definitely sounds practical, but I'm not sure if it's the right fit for a restaurant. How will our customers react to this fork? Will they know how to use it?
Oh, I mean, this fork is just like any other utensil. As I just showed you in the product, it has long enough prongs to act like a fork, but it also has the capability of a spoon, so it can serve the same purposes. At the same time, I also mentioned that kids do love it. They think it's so cool. It looks cool. It's fun to eat with, and as a family-style restaurant, I think that would be a great benefit.
Yeah, so I have a question. I know that now I have to buy just one utensil instead of two, which is a good cost-cutting mechanism. But I was wondering, does it mean you have to buy twice as many sporks because you're using them for twice as many activities? Is it going to run out faster than a normal fork and a spoon?
Yeah, we've definitely taken that into account, and what that comes down to is our higher quality. Our quality is above average and quite above what your current supplier is offering you. So while it will run out, it'll be used more often. The durability and quality of our sporks are fantastic. They last for a long time. We also have a 3-year warranty. So like I said, the average life is 5, but if something happens, we will give you sporks if they get bent, if they show rust, because we know that you can lose customers over those rusty utensils. So one last thing I want to show you guys is the actual, we pulled up a menu that we found on your restaurant webpage, and we just did a little bit of research, and we want to show you how a spork can benefit in the use of your menu. You were concerned about it fitting into the environment and being useful for your business, but could you eat fajitas with a spork?
It sounds like it. Yeah.
And enchiladas, you can pry into it, and you can get the meat, but you can also scoop up the sauce. So it's one bite rather than separating elements, which is, I think it's very important in Mexican food to be able to get a bite of every piece that's so carefully constructed by your guys' chefs and kitchen staff. So.
Definitely. I can definitely see that, because it's difficult to keep all of that meat and cheese and sauce all on a fork, and then you can't cut it with a spoon. So that is a good point. I like that you have our menu here.
Okay, great. Well, would you guys be interested in setting up an order right now for 200 of our sporks?
I think so. I think you have a great product, but I think because of our customer base, I think we need to start with probably close to 300.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we can definitely set up something like that, and along with that, because it's such a large order, we can go ahead and knock our price down a little bit and give you guys a little bit of a discount. Drop the price down to about 83 cents a piece, so our total will be looking at right around $250. How's that sound?
Perfect.
That sounds great.
Thanks so much. Really appreciate it.
Thanks, Kevin.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Chris.
Thank you. So we will call back by the 10th.
Great.
The delivery should take 5 to 7 days, and can we just ship it directly to your storefront?
That would be perfect.
All right. Well, thank you so much for doing business with us.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.